What up, guys? It's your boy Jason2325, and I'm officially 16 as of yesterday, which we were supposed to record the podcast that day, but things came up. Who do we have with us today as our guest?
Max, 880 shooter.
880 shooter. Link will be in the description of the podcast. And I guess we'll start off with the first topic I wanted to talk about is one of my presents I got for my birthday. And I meant to have a picture to show you guys on Skype, but I didn't get around to it. I got a 5-gallon bucket of sunflower seeds.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Got
I'm gonna
a
make it
5 gallon bucket.
5-gallon bucket. I'm gonna make it the background picture to the podcast, but 5-gallon bucket of sunflower seeds.
Good Lord. That'll
hmm
take you like a year to eat.
I don't know. I can go through those things fast.
A 5 gallon bucket. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Oh, yep, yep. So, Max, you thinking about getting a truck anytime soon? You were talking to me about it.
Yeah, not right now, not with the gas prices.
Not with the gas prices. What gas costs up there around you, where you are?
About $4.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it costs around here. It hit $10 a gallon somewhere out in California.
Are you kidding me?
But you got to recognize California and different locations. $5 here in the South is like $10 in California.
Yeah. My aunt and uncle and cousins live out in California.
Yeah.
And yeah, they come out here. They're like, you guys live in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, are you kidding me?
hmm
We live like in the city here. Well, it's not really the city, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go up to Maine and Vermont. They've never been up there. I mean, my closest neighbor to my uncle is, I don't know what, it's probably 7 or 8 miles away.
That's the way it ought to be.
Yeah, I mean, the closest living thing to his house is probably his cows. Like that's the only thing out there is cows and fields. But
I just read a YouTube comment. You might want to, for my intro that I put on my videos, you might want to kill the pig before you start poking it with a knife. Ignorance at its finest. The whole point of knifing the pig, guys, is to kill it.
yeah, yeah, that was a good video. I went onto YouTube during study because I mean, seriously, it's study. We don't do any work in it anyways.
hmm
And I was just looking through your channel and I'm like, oh, I've never seen that video before.
The hog
And
hunting.
I hit mute or something and it unmuted the microphone on the computer, so the hog just starts squealing. My
hmm
teacher walks over, he's like, Mr. Grover. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what are you watching now? I'm like, nothing. He's like, I thought you were just watching like a hog squeal or something. I'm like, wasn't me, sir.
I would have said
He walks
I
away, he
would have
goes,
said
sit down.
Deliverance. You guys ever seen the Deliverance?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, you'd have uh, watch the movie if you ever do. You'll know what I mean. Um. All right, so
Funny.
you guys ever had braces?
Got
Have
him
him
right
now.
now.
They suck, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I just lost my retainer last night to them.
Oh,
Yeah, I came in. I'm like, yo, mom, we need to make an appointment to get a retainer. She's like, I'm not getting you another retainer you can find. I'm like, dude, that's a clear. I have one of those Invisalign clear retainers.
yep.
I ain't gonna find that. And she's like, we'll find it tomorrow. And yeah, still not here.
Yep, I was supposed to have mine on for 2 years, supposed to get them off in November. And I got them on 2 years ago on like I think it was like 2 days before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was supposed to get them off 2 days after my birthday this year. And what do you know? I still got them. So, and my teeth, to be honest, my teeth are worse now than before I got them. My entire bottom jaw is like slanting down because I have a tooth that's like growing sideways and messed up. So they're trying to pull that one up, but it's pulling all the other teeth down. So it just looks so much worse than what it did before I even got them.
Did you see FIFA King's comment on your video? I comment Jason2325 is such a faggot prick. Thumbs up if you agree. FIFA King agreed.
Oh yeah, did he?
That kid hates me now, dude. He texted me one night last week. I was like in the middle of Top Shot Hold up, I'll find his number. I'll read you the conversation. Here we go. He texts me. He goes, okay, all, okay, all in the matter of seconds. Dude, who's doing the podcast tonight? Dude, can I be a podcast guest host? Like, literally, he sends me can I be on who's doing the podcast tonight? And then right while I'm in the middle of texting, he sends me, can I be a guest? I'm like, are you joking me? Texting me at 11 p.m. on a school night? Why do you still have my number? He's like, sorry, bro, I'm a night person. Didn't think you were busy. That means no? I'm like, no, listen. I had you on the podcast once. That doesn't mean you and me are buddies. Leave me alone. Lose my number. He goes, that doesn't make me a bad person either. I'm go, that's irrelevant to this whole ordeal. He goes, then why don't you want me? I said, you have annoyed the blank out of me, called me spoiled, went out of your way to get my number. He goes, well, that shows I like you. Frowny face. I'm like, I'm not gay. Calling me spoiled is not a good way to display emotion either. He goes, I'm not gay either. I like Nick too. Like doesn't mean gay. And you're right. It was just that I was jealous of your cool stuff. I said, okay, listen, I'll say it nicely one more time. Leave me alone. Stop texting this number. And he goes, listen, okay, bro, I don't know why you're mad or being hot-headed. I'm turning my phone off. Don't text me again tomorrow. And he goes, hot-headed isn't isn't it? He goes, hot-headed. Isn't it my constitutional right to have freedom of speech? FIFA Kings, if you're listening to this, you can say whatever you want, but you can't say it to my phone.
Oh,
I-
Lord.
I decided next time I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him right then and there. Give him a good chew out. I'll record the call too, guys. I'll record and put it on YouTube.
That'll be interesting.
Oh, I'm just not even going to say anything.
Full of vulgar.
I'm just not even going to say anything. He said, what did he say? I like you, frowny face.
I like you, frowny face. Listen, whether I hate you or not, when my friend texts me a smiley face, I'm always like, dude, you're gay. Don't text me a smiley face. Don't catch it.
Yeah, no
And-
smiley faces.
And then when you put I like you in the same sentence, it's like, no, don't swing that way.
When you put the words I like you and a smiley face in the same sentence over text,
That's an intimate text, guys.
no.
Intimate text.
Yeah, that's my response to whoever does that is like, sorry, I'm not gay. No matter who does it, I'm like, nope, sorry, not gay.
Max, you live in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think this question quite applies to you, but Nick, there's a big old storm that hit Pittsburgh and up north. Has it hit you?
The rainstorm?
Yeah, big old
Yeah,
storm.
we got it. We actually got it Sunday night and all day Monday.
Was it bad?
And it actually, while I was out with that Fisher cat,
Yeah.
it actually like about a half hour after that, it started downpouring for about 20 minutes, and then it just stopped. And then I wake up Sunday morning and it's so crappy. I'm like, are you kidding me? The last day of vacation we have, and it's like crappy weather out. Like I was gonna go do some clay shooting, but I never got that done. So
Yeah, my dad had to cancel jobs up in Pittsburgh with the company he did because of the rain, and it actually pushed it all the way down to 38 degrees down here. Dropped it down into the 30s. It's been cold. Been wearing a jacket.
Haha.
really,
And the storm, since it made it cold, it kind of like it's gonna shut the turkey. The turkeys aren't gonna be anywhere near as active this week since it's so cold. So I'm hoping like next week, if it warms back up, it gives you like a whole new fresh start on turkey season.
yeah,
I'm hoping.
That sucks for
Yeah.
you guys. It's
Yeah.
really nice and warm up here right now. It's like 60 every day.
No, 60 this time. That's cold for us.
What?
Warm 60. 60's cold, dude. I'll throw a sweatshirt on 60 and jeans.
yeah.
No
You
way.
kidding me? 60
We're
up
out
here.
in shorts.
80, 90. That's hot.
Yeah, see, that's too hot for me. I could never do that.
That's my. Go ahead.
I'd say 75 degrees is about perfect for me.
Yeah.
I can do anything in 75 degrees and just be comfortable all day with pants on and a t-shirt.
That's my favorite
What?
quote. It's like mid-July down here. It's 100 degrees. I'm watching Wild Russia, and they go, now this here is the brown bear, and it's a warm July day. It's about 65 degrees outside, and the bear's worrying about overheating, so he's going to take a nice, cool, refreshing dip in the pond. I'm like, 65 degrees? Dude, that bear doesn't know hot.
Yeah,
I
no
wish it
kidding.
was 65 degrees in July.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice up here right now. It's every day it's been between 50 and 60. And I actually was going to check my trap yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and it's after the rain, and I set it in a little creek, and I go down there, I just hear this water rushing. I'm like, oh god, my trap's gonna be gone. And I walk down to the creek, and the thing's half filled with just mud.
Creek.
And huh?
Creek.
Yeah, creek, whatever, same thing. But I'm shaking it out, and this raccoon pops out, and let me tell you, that thing was the ugliest thing I've ever caught in my trap. The thing was caked in mud, and
Possum.
just, oh my god, it was nasty. But I have it on video. I'm trying to edit it now. But
Speaking of traps, every Friday night, me and my buddy right across the street, we got a creek that runs through our neighborhood and a fair amount of woods that we rummage through back there. I guess that's the right word. And we sit every Friday, Saturday night out by the fire till 5 o'clock in the morning. And we were sitting there, and I mean, we're talking normally, throwing logs around, got a big old blazing fire going on. And all of a sudden we hear this splash in the creek and like turning, and it literally sounds like a full-grown man has laid down in the creek and is just rolling. So we shine the light, and some black, long, slender, wet thing comes up out of the creek and runs into the woods, and it's either an otter or a mink. And I'm gonna
huh,
trap that son of a gun. And
wow,
it's gonna be a whole video series. I was thinking about doing Hunting as a Challenge Volume 3 on it, but that could drag out forever, and I'd like to be able to change my hunting as a challenge when I want to.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just crazy. It was so ugly. I have it on video, but I mean, I'm trying to put it up now, but it's just so ugly. Like, I don't even know if I can salvage the pelt. It's just so encaked in crap. But I had a nuisance tag because my neighbor had the domesticated rabbits, so he wanted to get that Fisher cat out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got rid of him, and I was trying to trap him, and then I forgot all about my traps because I got so caught up in the Fisher cat for the past 3 days now.
Yeah, yeah, you finally get that Fisher cat. You're pretty excited.
Oh man, I was so excited.
I wish we
So
had Fisher cats.
How much do you get for one of those?
I
Like, how
totally
much money
forgot
do you
about the
get?
trap, and I'm like, I woke up in the middle of the night, Sunday night. I'm like, oh crap, I have that trap down in the creek. I'm like, uh oh. I'm like, there's gonna be something in it that's gonna be just rotted away and smells so nasty that I'm just gonna want to leave it there. But it didn't smell too bad. It's just the fact that it's just completely completely covered in mud and I can't get it out. So it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I've raccoons. I don't like trapping coons and possums. They make your cage really nasty.
Yeah, they do.
I
Even like some of the squirrels that I trap, if I leave them in the trap like overnight, they'll dig up all the grass and mulch and stuff if I trap them in my yard. They'll
hmm
dig it all up and bring it into the cage so it's a big mess and then they roll around it while you shoot them and then it's just nasty.
I hate possums.
Yeah. We don't have too many possums up here,
We
but
got too many possums down here.
do you? You
Too
guys have a lot of coons down there?
got a whole lot of coons.
Yeah. We have a lot of big coons up here, but a lot of big coons, tons of Fisher cats.
Yeah, man, lucky son of a gun. I wish I see what we have that is the equivalent of a Fisher cat would be like a coon, and like I'm talking about aggressiveness. And honestly, like an aggressive coon, it's really nothing. I mean,
It's
a
nothing
good
compared to one of
boot
them
to the
things.
skull will take care of it. But man, I wish I had a Fisher cat to tango with. I'd
Yeah,
have a
man, those
video,
Fisher
man,
cats.
out there in
Oh,
a full
Jason, I'll send you
Kevlar.
the picture, but I took a picture of just of this thing's claws. It looks like a small bear claw. I'm looking at it right now on my phone, and it's just crazy the nails on this thing.
Yeah, we had a rabid coon once attack our neighbor's dog. Like our neighbor's dog got in a fight with it. And dude, I was at the top of the creek, and like it came up over the bank of the creek right at me and stood up and like hissed. I had this big old log in my head. I kid you not, dude. The creek's about 7 to 8 feet wide, if even that. It might be 10. And I just whack this thing with this log, and this coon goes flying across the creek and hits the bank, and like slides
Ooh.
down the bank. But that thing gets up and it's like still fighting, and I'm like, no sir. So I text my dad. My dad comes down with the Glock 40 and just obliterates it.
Oh my god. Wish we could do that up here. We have so many raccoons. I don't think there might have been one or two times. I don't think I've ever been in my tree stand and not seen one. Just over by the swamp across the street.
I've never seen a raccoon out of the stand. I'd blast it. I tend to blast a lot of things with high caliber rifles out of the stand. Bunnies.
Yeah, cut rabbits in half with them.
I've exploded an armadillo with a hollow tipped 44 mag. Obliterated it.
Yeah. Yeah, my uncle, we're over where he hunts. He every time he gets fishers right by the bottom of his stand.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Man, that's awesome. I wish I had a Fisher Cat.
Yeah, you have to come up here. These things are nasty.
I'm telling you, if I come to Maine or Mass, I'm coming to see you. I'm getting closer to summer too. Dad's getting jobs up there too. I'll go work for him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I'll have to take you out getting a Fisher Cat.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Hey Nick.
Yeah.
How much money would you get for that Fisher Cat?
For the one that I got, I mean, it was a pretty good sized fisher. I would say between 15 and 25, depending on how long it takes me to tan it. I haven't even started tanning it yet. I'm just working on it now. But I defleshed it today, and I had it sitting in salt for the past couple days. But
go ahead.
Between 15 and 25.
Okay.
So let me get this. I don't think there's an animal in Georgia, really, if you came across it, that's not going to just peel out of there as quick as it can on a normal encounter. If you see a Fisher Cat, is it peeling out of there, or is it like getting all aggressive and wanting to come at you?
No, it's got to stay there and check you out.
Hold up, guys. I'm getting a call. I recognize the number, but I don't know who's calling me.
All right.
Hello. Miss Mary. On the computer. What are you doing on the computer? I'm doing homework, so what do you need help with? What are you trying to do? Yeah, well, I'm in the middle of quite a lot of homework. Is Jake home? All right, thank you. Bye. Sorry, guys. That's my drunk alcoholic neighbor trying to help her daughter, her son, try to do homework. Crazy. She does nothing but drink. I don't know how she's not dead yet. It's the honest truth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that big kid, if you ever heard about him in any of
my
videos. Yeah, pretty fucked up mother. But so we were saying Fisher Cat's not gonna like try to fight me.
Depending on how crazy it is, I mean,
I mean, it could, but not likely.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely, but they're like a coyote. They'll stand there and check you out.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna. Oh yeah, look, there's a person over there with a gun trying to shoot me.
If I came up there and like you told me that a Fisher Cat would fight me, that'd be a YouTube video, dude. I'd be down taking a Fisher Cat on with a knife.
Yeah, those things
end up needing some stitches, but dude, that'd make a good YouTube video.
Yeah, you should see the teeth on them things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my god, those things are nasty. Like I'll keep my clear distance. If I got something to pop them with, I'll pop them with it. Otherwise, I'm gonna take off. Because I've seen pictures and I've heard stories about them things, and sometimes some things can be worse than rabid coons or rabid coyotes.
You can't just turn away from a Fisher Cat, whether it's rabid or not, dude. You gotta stand your ground, no matter what you have, dude. I'll take a Fisher Cat with a pencil. No,
Yeah,
sir.
that's
And
yeah, that's
definitely
kind
if
of
if I'm on the four wheeler, no sir, I'm not peeling out.
no. If I'm on a four wheeler, I'm gonna try and run the thing over. But then he'll run out in the swamp, and then I'll be sinking, just like in my. I don't think I put that video up. It's a funny story actually. So I'm going down to check my trap. I would no, I was going down to check my tree cam because all the deer up here are in velvet now,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's down by the swamp. And I was taking a walk out into the swamp because I was following some huge tracks. Meaning these things were as big as my hand, and so I was just walking out. I had some knee boots on because it's pretty mucky back there. But I was just walking out, and I'm like, "Holy crap! I seen this big frog, right? I mean, this bullfrog must weigh at least. I'm not even kidding, 2 pounds at least. This thing is huge. So I'm running out to try and get it, and I start sinking, and my phone's dead, right? And that's in the bottom pocket on my shorts. So I don't want to ruin that. So I take that out and put that in my like pants pocket or the back pocket, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm like up to my knees now in mud,
Hmm.
and I got like mud pouring into these boots.
That's not good.
And then, so I remembered I had my knife and my pistol in my pocket. So I take them and I throw them up on the bank. And I ended up crawling on my hands and knees out of the swamp because it was so muddy.
Wow.
Oh my God. I just sank right to like right past my knees.
What kind of gun did he have?
I just had my dad's 686.
686.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's why you got to go with that stainless Smith and Wesson. Throw that thing
yeah.
in the bottom of the lake, go get it, and it still works.
Yeah, I know.
So, Max, speak up. Tell us about
Hey.
yourself.
Um.
What
Well,
do you hunt?
yes, I do.
What do you
I
hunt?
hunt. I hunt a ton of things. I hunt. Well, gonna hunt coyotes. Uh, Hunt squirrels, rabbits,
Hmm?
deer. Gonna be hunting turkey this next year, hopefully.
It's
And
turkey
then
season right now, right?
yeah, but
No tag.
I'm too late for the tag.
So, is
So
Wisconsin is it really restricted like Massachusetts or you
nah, it's
pretty
well, I
laid back
guess.
on guns and hunting?
Well, I mean, there's like laws, that you have to abide by, but most people aren't too like uptight about it. So,
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
Nick,
Massachusetts is the worst.
do you have wolves in Massachusetts?
No.
Speaking of wolves, I was in the library reading a magazine. I want to go wolf hunting. This lady she was elk hunting, and she got charged by a 90-pound wolf and shot it with her 44 mag 3 times. But it was a big old wolf, and like coyotes, like they're really nothing. They're like a small dog. But
Yeah.
I want,
Coyotes, I'll take them with my pellet gun.
yeah, I want
They
a
ain't nothing.
big old wolf, dude. I want to get me a 120-pound wolf. That's like a man kill right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'd love to either trap or hunt. Do you have bobcats down there, Jason?
Yes, and I have seen a bobcat twice in my life, and it took my grandfather. I mean, bobcats are probably the most, I want to say, evasive thing in Georgia.
Really?
That's what I want to say it. Yeah, I've seen it,
Well,
and I'm
out where I
just
live, and
lucky.
I mean, I don't live in the middle of the city. I'm about, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour away from Boston.
Yeah.
But so I'm pretty far out there. But out in the western part of the state, there's so many bobcats.
Mm-hmm. Do,
And my buddy goes out in the western part of the state fishing all the time. He said he's seen more bobcats in a day than squirrels.
yeah, bobcats, they're very, very elusive animals. I've seen one twice, and
Yeah.
that's just because I've got lucky. The first time I ever saw one, I just saw a blur. I was driving the truck down at the hunting land, and it honestly uh didn't register. It was my non-conscious part of my mind. I mean, the blur happened, but it didn't register until my dad said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "See what, the blur?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, he goes, "That was a bobcat." I go, "Oh, was it? I didn't even realize I seen the blur until you mentioned it." And then the second time, seen one right here in the neighborhood. There's one that lives in our neighborhood. We got him on trail cam once. It was a blurry picture, but I'd
Huh.
I'd love to kill him.
Yeah, man, I'd love to get one of them things. I'm hunting this fox now, actually, that I got on my trail cam, and last fall when I got that big tom,
Mm-hmm.
once I cleaned him up, I threw the carcass out just right in my backyard, right behind my bait shop. That's where I keep all my hunting and fishing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the trail cam up just to see if there was anything good that I wanted to get that was coming to eat that thing because I knew it would last another night or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the trail cam up. If I didn't get anything, bait wasn't touched. It was kind of rainy. Next night it's snowing, so that gets covered. So a week later, it's about
Mm-hmm.
65 degrees out, and we had a crazy winter. So I was going out to check the trail cam, and mine has a little screen on it that shows you the pictures.
Yep.
And I just see this huge animal, and I'm thinking it's a bobcat, and I pull it up on my computer, and it's actually this fox. And let me tell you, this thing is huge. This thing is crazy huge. And I can't wait till fox season comes around because let me tell you, that thing walks through my backyard again. He's going to be mounted on my wall. I mean, this is probably the biggest fox I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he looks exactly like a coyote. He's about the size of a coyote.
So,
Wow.
so Max, we
But
kind of cut you off when you were talking about wolves. Are you going to like go wolf hunting or something?
Well, actually, last year we supposedly had a wolf in our subdivision, and like my subdivision's like a total of like 20 acres, and we have like 15 houses, and this one house had a dead deer by the side of the road, and one day I went up there and I looked at it. The thing was so tore up. I mean, it was a 2 point buck and it was pretty young and it was just so tore up. And I asked the homeowner about it, and she said that this one either huge coyote or a wolf took it down.
Mm-hmm.
And
huh,
I don't believe that because I live in southeastern Wisconsin, and we don't really have too many wolves around here.
I've seen one wild wolf in my life, and that was at the beach.
huh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but wolves used to live natively all across America, and coyotes used to not be native to where they are now, like Wisconsin, Massachusetts, Georgia. They used to be only out west, and wolves used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Elk, too. Elk used to run everywhere.
really?
Yeah. They
Huh.
actually reintroduced elk to quite a few places in Georgia, so it'll be a little while before we get a hunting season. Not that I'll be able to hunt them anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't even know. I've never even thought about hunting elk. I mean, there's none in Mass.
Yeah.
I've, but
Before I was born, there was actually some guy who had an elk herd, and it got loose here in Woodstock. So there was a few wild elks or domesticated
huh,
elks running around.
that's funny. Now, Jason and Max, do you guys, when you get a shoot a buck, do you guys go 5x5, or do you guys go 10 point, or like
My standards on shooting a deer?
no? Do you guys like everybody up here says, oh yeah, it's a
Oh,
ten
10
point
point. Yeah, 10
or
point.
it's a
Yeah,
four
10
point?
point,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a 10 point.
Yeah, because like people are saying, they hunt out in Washington State and Oregon
You,
and
I
out
think a
like
5
there.
by 5 is more for like elk or
Yeah,
moose.
but I was talking to this guy fishing at the local res,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "Yeah, do you hunt too?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I was out in I think it was Oregon State or Washington State," and he's like, "Yeah, I shot this huge 5 point 5x5." I'm like, What's a 5 point? What's a 5x5?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you talking about an elk?" He's like, "No, I'm talking about a whitetail." I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, a 5x5? He's like, "Yeah, 10 point." I'm like, "Oh, a 10 point." I'm like, "We don't call them 5x5s up here." He's like, "Oh." So it was. I was just wondering what you guys called them.
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
where the best place would be to hunt?
Where?
South Dakota.
South
I've
Dakota?
Yeah,
I got a buddy up
they
in
have
North
everything.
Dakota working. My friend, my neighbor Ben, got to go see his dad out in North Dakota not too long ago. Got to go pheasant and groundhog hunting with a $800 pellet gun.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, my 30-06 that I'm getting isn't even gonna be that much. I'm getting a Remington bolt action, obviously 30-06.
Mm-hmm.
It's full camo, and it's only $350. I can't wait to get a brand new 30-06.
Yeah.
Be so sweet. But they have a 243, a 270, 300 Winchester, 30-06, and they're all the same price. They're all 350. So it's like you can choose between any of the five and get, you know. So, and they're all camo, full camo, scope camo, everything. So it's pretty cool.
So you guys can use rifles in Georgia and Massachusetts?
Oh yeah.
Not
Lucky.
mass,
Oh,
but you can't use them in mass. I don't get why they don't divide the western part of the state off into rifles, because there's nobody in the western part of the state. But yeah, I think the closest state around here you can use them in is I'm not sure about New Hampshire, but Maine and Vermont. So yeah, mass you can't really do much. Christ, for the town I live in, you can't even shoot a 22. So
Yeah.
can't do much in mass.
same in Wisconsin. I mean, all we can use is bows and shotguns. So,
Really? Do you guys use black powder up there too?
well, some people do, but it's kind of dying out, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have archery season's the first season, and our season is only 3 months anyways, so it's BS anyways. You don't really get any time to hunt, but archery's the first like 6 weeks, and then you get shotgun for like 2 or 3, and then you get muzzleloader, which is black powder for the rest. So no rifles though, which is kind of dumb. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you guys fish a lot?
No.
I fish, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you fish
Do you
for,
have like a,
bass?
oh, I fish for a lot of things. Have you ever been musky fishing?
Have I? Yeah.
Did you catch one?
Yeah.
How big was
Yep. We
it?
caught. I think we caught like 7 or 8 that day. So it was a pretty good day.
Have you ever caught a tiger muskie?
Yeah, that's what we were going after.
Yeah, I actually caught two, which are pretty, rare, I guess, because they're a hybrid between the northern and muskie. So, my aunt, she caught a 50-inch, 30-pound tiger muskie.
Wow,
It was
that's
second to
big.
the
None of
world
ours were that
record.
big. That's crazy.
Yeah, they were walleye fishing at this like 20-foot drop off, and she was using 8-pound test, and she also all of a sudden she feels this huge weight, and she thinks that she has a log, but my grandpa sees the fish. It's right next to the anchor rope, so the fish wrapped it around the anchor rope. My grandpa dipped the net down, got the fish's head into the net, and then the line snapped like just like pew, and then my grandpa he got it just barely. The fish actually was out of the net twice, but my grandpa still managed to get it.
Huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were up ice fishing at Lake Champlain, and I mean, this tip up was just spinning, and I'm like, "Holy crap, Dad! This is probably the biggest pike we've ever got." And he's like, "All right, well, don't lose this sucker." So I'm holding on to the line, and it's just screaming line, ripping it right through my hands. And I finally get a good solid hook set on him, and I bring him right up to the hole, and he smashes his head once, cuts the line. I grab my hand, or I smash my hand right into the hole and grab him, and I didn't realize that I stuck my fist into his mouth. So I pulled him out and flipped him onto the ice, and my hand was just shredded because of their teeth.
Yeah.
And but we still landed the sucker, so
You.
that's that was pretty sweet.
Anyone
Up
know
here.
in Innsbruck?
You can go, Jason.
I don't know. I was just reading a comment on the podcast channel. Some kid just commented, "Wow, now I'm gonna have to kill myself."
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
Hey, I don't recommend
But
killing yourself,
oh, by
but
the way, Jason, Peter, I think Peter's in for the bass tourney, so
all right.
I'll
Uh,
add him to the list.
I'm putting all their YouTube channels actually on a list right here, so their URLs, so I have them all. We got Mortal Claire, 880 Shooter, Backward Squirrel, and Peter.
Nice.
Um, Next topic. All right, so you were talking to me about a truck you wanted to buy. Um, Max, you were saying a '03 Silverado.
Yeah, that was my brother. Yeah, he saw one on the side of the road, and it was kind of, old and rusty, I guess, and it was like
And
two.
a rusty '03.
Yeah,
Man,
it was
thing must have been
like,
treated like shit.
yeah, it wasn't really kept very well. Like, I mean, you could see it that it was been used, and it had like quite a few miles on it, and it was like couple $1,000. My brother's like, "Oh, mom, can I get that?" And my mom's like, "No way." She's like yelling at him about it and everything. I thought it was hilarious. But
All right, hey, you guys keep on talking real quick. I gotta run downstairs.
All right. Yeah, that's my dad he's into construction. He does construction for a living.
okay.
So he was gonna buy this dumpster truck, and I'm not even kidding. It had wait, hold on, I'm looking up the picture right now. It had 1 million miles on it.
Really?
Yeah, on the dot. Let's
Wow.
see here. I'm right at the picture now. Yeah, 1,000,002 miles on it.
Wow, that's quite a
So
few.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. We didn't end up buying it, but I'm like, you should just buy it just to say you got a truck with 1,000,002 miles on it.
Yeah.
But the guy was from New Hampshire, and we figured it out. He'd have to go 3 times from New Hampshire to Mass and back every day for 15 years to get like 1,000,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was crazy. But
uh, hey, Nick, what pellet guns do you own?
I got an 880 power line, and then well, right now I really only have one that actually works.
Okay.
But my Powerline 880 is the bolt is actually broken on it because I've shot it so much it's worn down.
Mm.
So every time I shoot it, it pops out of place because
Oh.
I've worn it down so much because I've shot that gun forever, and so I got to get a new bolt for that. But then I got the um 93A Powerline pistol, and that's just
Okay.
a 15 shot BB pistol. That's really the only one that works right now. And then I have a Remington 1200 Vantage, and that's actually getting fixed now because something inside of it broke. Speaking
Oh.
of which, I should email them because I haven't heard that they got it. And then it was kind of funny because I brought it to UPS and they said, "Oh, we can't ship this because this is a gun." I'm like, "Really?" Because my buddy he brought his gun here and he got it shipped and his was a 12 gauge. Like, so you can ship a 12 gauge but not a pellet gun. Like, well, I think your buddy's lying. I'm like, do you want me to go to my buddy's house and get the shipping receipt? They're like, well, I don't really think that's necessary. I'm like, yeah. So can you ship this? They're like, well, no. So we ended up bringing it just to the post office, and they're like, why couldn't they ship it? I'm like, I don't know. They shipped my buddy's 12 gauge, but they won't ship my pellet gun. They're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't kidding. So it's in New York somewhere. I don't even know where. Getting fixed at who knows where. So hopefully I'll get it back soon so I can really get into some more serious pellet gun hunting. Because the
Yeah.
880 I gotta get some new parts for.
Right
But
now I have five like BB gun and pellet guns. I have like a 30-year-old BB gun. It's broken because the spring like won't compress anymore and it really doesn't shoot the BBs anymore. I have a Daisy Red Ryder, which is I don't like it anymore. Like it's not very accurate, I guess. I don't know. And it's like pretty weak, I guess. You really can't kill anything with it. But then I got the Daisy Powerline 880, which is I actually think that's like my most accurate gun right now. No lie. And I have a Benjamin Trail NPXL 1500, but I like the Daisy anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that, I mean, if my bolt wasn't worn down on it, it's the most accurate gun in the world with the iron sights. Well, maybe not
no
the most
way.
accurate,
You
but
gotta get a 4x32 scope. You have to. Like, you should see the group I have. At 20 yards, I had, like, here, I'm getting it right now. Give me a second.
with the Daisy,
Yeah, I had 5 shots in less than a quarter of an inch at 20 yards. Like, and I was just using like a crappy bench rest that I kind of make up, and it was I thought that was amazing, and
holy crap.
so yeah,
I got a 4x32 on my, uh, but I can't think of it, Remington,
switch it, switch it
1200.
to your Daisy. Trust me, you'll love it.
Yeah,
And
I'll
you
have
got to
to
use
do that.
Crossman Premier Hollow Points, which is like the best pellet. I love those pellets so much.
Yeah, you should check out my video. It's, I can't remember what it is. I'll send you a link, though.
Ready for
And
Crossman to come
I
out with.
shot this black-headed cow, or the brown-headed cowbirds,
Yeah, yeah.
and it stripped all the skin off of the breast and
Mm,
blew its wing off in one shot with the 880. So that was pretty
wow.
crazy.
See, my pellet for that, I think that Predator Polymag is the most destructive pellet on the market.
Eh.
Yeah, those polymags are probably my second, and then they make these new ones that are awful. I can't remember who they're by. I don't
They're
have.
not Skinco Ultra Mag, are they?
Hold on. Dang it.
I'm ready for
No.
Crossman to come out with like a new pellet gun. I mean, or Gamma, or just anyone in general. I mean, they've been all
Ooh,
just
uh,
replacing their guns with nitro pistons, and there's been no real good and brand new hunting gun since the Benjamin Trail.
do you guys watch Eric on Web, right? Rick, you know
Yeah,
so
I watch them because, they're just so darn big in the community. I don't agree with them. They get paid to say what they say.
yeah.
What,
No,
Airgun Web?
And Pyramid Air. What's that guy? Rick, not Rick. Paul Capello.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you go watch his Gamma Big Cat review, he gets sent that Gamma Big Cat, gets what, a month to shoot it, shoots it a little bit. I mean, their reviews aren't accurate. They don't get to actually spend time with a pellet gun.
Okay.
Yeah, if you do a review in a month on a pellet gun and say that pellet gun is the best gun,
But this is
it's
the review they do. They get it, they shoot it, and if you get it, shoot it, hang it on the shelf, yeah. But a 12-year-old boy isn't looking to get it, shoot it, hang it on the shelf. He's looking to get it, shoot it, take it in the woods. It's got to be able to hold up to the durability.
yeah, a 12-year-old boy is looking to take it out of the box that day, put it together, sight it in, and shoot it all day long.
And if you watch every single review they have, every single gun, they just say something good about it. Every single gun. There
Yeah.
there has got to be issues with guns. I mean, everything on the market is not
My
100%.
buddy's Gammo, I was telling you, Jason, I was telling you in the first podcast to the second podcast, my buddy just bought his first pellet gun. He got a Gammo Big Cat 1200. It was a 1250, I think, actually.
Okay.
And he is already having problems with it, and it's not 2 months old yet.
Yep.
So, I'm like, dude, I told you not to buy a Gammo. He's like, dude, it was the cheapest one. I'm like, dude, buy a Remington. It's like, I think it was like $250, and
Hey,
then you'll not have any problems with it. The only problem I had with mine is that the spring broke in mine, so I just sent it out the other day. I should be getting it back sometime next week. And I mean, the Crossman's been great about it. They're like, "Oh yeah, send it in. We'll fix it right away." I'm like, "Well, once it's in, my buddy, who's pretty crazy, broke the irons, the front iron sight on it. I'm like, can you fix that?" They're like, "Oh yeah, sure. Anything else?" I'm like, "Well, yes, but I'm not gonna have you fix it because I know you'll charge me for it. I wanted to get the stock replaced because it's all banged up. But we used to have a dog, so we still have his dog house, and it's down back by the range. So me and my buddy were having a shooting competition, and he was using the 1200, and he rested on the dog house, and with the recoil from the piston, it scratched up the entire bottom of it, and just dragging it through the woods and stuff, it's just beat to shreds. But I know they would have charged me for it, so I said nope. That's it, just the muzzle sight and the whatever's wrong inside. So, but
Unfortunately,
it's
Gamma's like Ford. They kind of got a good monopolize on the air gun community.
yeah. Gammo. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
I've beat a dead horse. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I am ready for a new pellet gun to come out.
What about that
Yeah.
Hotson, like whatever they are, the something like that,
The what?
the like Hot Sand or something? Like Rick Usler was making videos about them, and they look pretty good.
You say Rick was?
Yeah.
Hold up. Subscriptions. Oh yeah, the Hudson. I know what you're talking about. Never heard of the company. Just telling you by the name. Right now, it's made in Korea, I'm guessing. Indonesia. Really don't want a pellet gun from Korea, Indonesia. They're mass-produced. They're pieces of crap.
Yeah, that's the same thing with China and like the like
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, do you like your NPSS?
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Not a complaint.
That's a
I'm looking
Remington,
at
right,
buying
Jason?
another.
Remington.
Yeah.
Remington
I'm gonna
Crossbow.
make my buddy Alec, who bought the Gammo. I'm just gonna make him listen to this part of the podcast, because I'm telling you, I'm going Remington on everything. I have a few Mossbergs, but I mean, other than that, it's Remington all the way. But they're just a great company. They'll work with you. They're always nice. And I got a story about Bass Pro too, but save that for the end.
All right.
So
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm looking to buy a new pellet gun, should I get the Trail NPXL 1100 or the Crossman Nitro Venom Dusk?
I'm gonna go with the Trail.
Really?
I would say the Trail, yeah.
How come?
Hold up. You're looking the Nitro Venom Dusk versus the Trail? Hold up. And I'll let you know how come. I don't have a real good picture of these things in my head. All right, here's the Venom Crossman Nitro Venom Dusk. All right, it's got the nitro piston. What are you looking at? A 177 or a 22 caliber?
I think I want a 22.
Okay, so you want a 22. Hold up, I'm opening Benjamin Trail in the next tab. So it's gonna shoot what, 950 FPS? Yeah, with PBA, but you're not gonna be shooting PBA, so you're gonna be getting between 800 900 FPS out of it. Your foot-pounds of energy, I'm not sure, but it's gonna be enough for hunting.
Yeah.
I just think the Benjamin Trail, just by looking at it, let's compare the prices.
One's 300, one's 150.
One's
Yeah, but like, what about this? Okay, my mom, she works at Cabela's,
okay.
and in the bargain cave at Cabela's, you can get like discounted items.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if there's a Benjamin Trail for $211, but then my mom's discount puts it down to 170? I really would like to buy that, but I don't know how to shoot them accurately is the thing.
What do you mean shoot them accurately?
Like, well, with my trail, I found out that here, give me a second. Okay, at Walmart, I bought this like shooting stick. It's a one piece, or just a one. I don't know, say one rod shooting stick. Like Nate 95 has one, and
Okay, that's your issue right there.
no, 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 no. That's how I got accuracy.
Mm-mm.
Like, see, I rest the gun on this, and I get like honestly less than quarter-inch groups at like 20 yards.
With a piston-driven gun, whether it be spring piston, nitro piston, you can't rest it hard. You can't have a tripod on it. You can't put it in shooting sticks. You can't push it down on a table hard like you would a regular rifle. Because the way these guns recoil is forward and backwards.
Yeah.
And resting it, I mean, your most accurate shot is going to be a very, very light rest on a soft object like a pillow. You cannot rest it on shooting sticks or anything like that. Sure, you may be able to do it and hit, but you're not going to be nowhere near as consistent or accurate. That's the most accurate way to shoot them is rested on a very soft surface or the artillery hold. If you don't know what the
Yeah,
artillery
I know what
hold
that
is,
is.
look it up. That's your
I,
best way.
I'm not. I'm sticking with this. I
Yeah.
mean, You should see some of the groupings I get. They're pretty darn good. But whatever. Like, the funniest thing on Saturday night, I was cowbird hunting, and there was just one cowbird up in the tree, and it was so high. My bipod thing wasn't tall enough, so I couldn't really get a good shot on it. So I had to get on my knees. I look at the bird. I barely see it through the crosshairs. I squeeze the trigger. My Benjamin Trail is so powerful. The scope came back, hit me in the forehead. Now I have a big bruise on my forehead.
Yeah.
No lie.
But
Yeah.
again, going back to that Haas, what I don't like, that Hansen or whatever, what I don't like about those either is their springers. I'll never buy another Springer gun.
Well, what gun are you gonna buy, do you think?
If I had to get a new gun right now, I'd go big. I'd get the Talon SS.
Ooh. What about the Benjamin Marauder?
I'd like the Talon better.
Oh,
It's a good gun. I just like the Talon better. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a budget, the Crossman Nitro Venom's gonna do you fine. But I
yeah.
mean, if money's not an issue, you're gonna get what you pay for with the Trail. I mean, it comes with such a better scope, and what I love about it, it comes with swivel mounts, so you can mount a shoot a sling to it.
Yeah.
The way the scope mounts on the gun, well, they're the same actually. I take that back. I like the stock. The stock has nice design on it, but I like you'll like the way you got a Benjamin Trail right now. So I
Yeah.
like the way that that stock holds over a regular pistol grip stock almost.
What do you think? Should I buy the 20? Well, in the bargain cave, there's also a 25 cal Benjamin Trail.
Mm.
Do you think I should get that or the 22?
Mm. And that's a good question. If if it were me, I would buy the 25 because I've never owned one, and when I went from 177 to 22, the difference in my hunting was just spectacular. So I imagine from a 22 to a 25 is even greater. It's going to be harder to find ammunition, but I'm sure at Cabela's you can find 25 ammunition, and if not, order
You're there.
order from Pyramid Air. But if it were me, I'd go with the 25. You've got a 22 right now, right?
177.
You've got a 177.
Yeah.
I would go with the 25. Now, if you want to go with the 22, you're going to be fine. You're either way, either of them, you're going to be like, holy cow, I'm never going back to 177. And again, it took me
Yeah.
a while. The only thing I use 177 for now is birds, long range precision.
Mm. Well, I was talking to Paul Capello, and he said that 25 was just, really hard to work with, I guess.
Really? Well, like I said, maybe Paul has experience. I don't because he gets to test those things out. But
Yeah.
if it were me, I'd go with the 25. That's a
Okay.
decision I think you're gonna have to make on your
Well,
own.
would I be able to take like a coyote with that?
I did a video on that.
Yeah, I
I
know. I
talked to
saw
I talked to
that.
you on that. I talked to
Yeah.
you about that. Um,
Yeah, but
can you
usually,
can you
I
yes?
almost
Can you yes? Will you? No.
no, I won't. Obviously not
I don't
because
think you can. I honestly
yeah.
don't.
What about the
yeah.
like?
To be honest, if a coyote, now this is like perfect scenario. If I were sitting in my blind one morning and all I had was my pellet gun and a coyote came up or a fox came up to my blind, then you know what? I would take a shot right between the eyes or right below the ears if I
Mhm.
could get them to stop.
Mhm.
And with my 1200 Vantage, and be pretty confident that I would drop them.
Mhm.
Because I mean that's with the pellets I shoot, I'm getting 1200 and like 6 feet per second, so that's
What
pretty
are you
good.
shooting, a 177 or a 22?
No, I'm shooting 177.
You guys got to understand too. There's a lot of the parts of the brain you can survive without too.
Yeah,
So you can hit them in
yeah,
the
but
brain
with
and
those,
not kill them, make them mentally retarded.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
But my buddy up in Maine, he has the exact same gun as me, and he took a coyote out of his blind that was about 30 yards from my blind um, last winter, and he took a coyote right between the and it was a big dog too. It was about a 45-pound, 50-pound dog, and he dropped it with his Remington 1200 with hollow point pellets. So I mean, if I were to have a perfect scenario, if that thing walked straight up to me, and I could whistle to him or get him to stop, and I could pop him right there, then I would definitely do that. I would feel comfortable taking a coyote. I would feel comfortable definitely taking a fox or anything smaller, you know.
Well,
But
like, okay, the Remington Vantage, 1200 is like a lot less powerful than my Benjamin Trail MPXL, 1500.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like with a 10.5 grain pellet, I'm getting right around 1,000 feet per second because the pellet doesn't break the sound barrier. And I calculated that gets around 22 foot-pounds, somewhere around there. And lately I've been hunting this woodchuck. Last Sunday, I think it was my last day at Easter break. I walk out and there's a ton of rocks. Like, there's a big rock wall with huge boulders, and there's like little areas he can just, go in, and, he's got a huge burrow probably under, or like around there. So I see his head poke right out of this little gap. I aim two mil dots above his head. I squeeze the trigger. I hear him like make a little, whimpering noise, and I'm pretty sure I got him because I saw some blood, and I have not seen him since.
That could be very possibly to what you would do with a coyote or a fox is you may kill them, but you may never find them.
Yeah.
It's definitely a trophy kill. It's definitely something I've gone out and tried to do. If I saw one and that's what I had, I would do it. Definitely something that would be fun to do, but it's among the hardest thing to do, I think, hunting.
yeah,
It's like taking a grizzly with a bear or a rhinoceros with a grizzly with a bow or a rhinoceros with a bow or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess so.
I actually, well, as you guys probably have seen in one of my earlier videos, I had chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Don't anymore. Fox had a dinner buffet for about a week, but I had one chicken left, as we talked about in the last podcast, and I was coming home from stacking wood. I think I told this story in the last podcast, but whatever. I'll tell
Yeah,
it
you
again.
did. No, don't tell it again. We got it.
Yeah, all right. I can tell the Bass Pro story though.
Okay.
All right, so my Remington broke, right? And I was all ticked off because I wanted it fixed, and it was a weekend, so I knew I wouldn't get it out till that Monday. Ended up sitting in my porch for about three more weeks. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I called Bass Pro up that night. I'm like, yeah, hey, I got this pellet gun. I bought it from you guys. I want to know if I have to send it to you, and then you guys will take it to Crossman, or if I should just send it directly to Crossman. Then nicely at the front desk, he's like, yeah, hold on, let me connect you to the hunting booth. So I'm sitting there waiting, and the guy finally picks up, and I can already tell the guy's a jerk. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, okay, geez. I'm like, I have a Remington 1200 Vantage that broke. I think the spring inside broke, and I want to know if you guys can ship it, if I should ship it to you or bring it to you, and you guys can ship it to Crossman, or if I should just ship it directly to Crossman. He's like, to be honest with you, sir, I have no idea, but that's not our problem, and hung up on me.
Hmm.
I'm like, wow. So I wrote Bass Pro an email. I told them the whole scenario, and they're like, yeah, you know what, we had a similar complaint with the exact same guy. I forget what the guy's name was. And he said, yeah, we had the exact same or similar complaint with the same guy. We'll give you like 50% off on your next purchase or whatever. So it was pretty sweet, but the whole ordeal was kind of a pain in the neck. So, but whatever, I'll go in and buy a $300 gun and only spend $150. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So, Jason, how'd you get all that land?
I thought you were gonna ask that. He's referring to down south. We got 1,500 acres in Webster County, in South Georgia, and over in Alabama we hunt 5,000 acres. And well, Ernie, my uncle, started purchasing the land back in '86. Down there, they had been renting a hunting club and quail hunting and doing a bunch of hunting down there, and they did it so much that he's like, what the heck, let's buy land. And he just started collecting, land was cheaper back then too, but and he's built it up to 1,500. I mean, and it's not just 1,500 acres. I mean, we got buddies down there, so I mean, I could cross 10,000 acres every day because, Mr. Jones down there probably has around 6 to 7,000 acres, Lawson's got 700, the Florida boys they got 800. So, there's a bunch of land and you go, call Jones up, "Hey, yo, is anyone hunting in this deer stand right here on your land?" "No." "All right, I can hunt on it." So, and they end up trading land, but everyone's land is everyone's land down there. Obey their rules. Do what they do and don't tell you to do, and everything's good. So yeah, he's just over time collected it really down there. I mean, he hasn't bought a new piece of land in a few years now, but he's traded land. So over in Alabama is a whole different story. A boy, Stacy Neese, who lives here in the city, runs the city's towing company. Really prominent family here in the city, owns 1,500 acres in Alabama, and the way he pays for that and pays for taxes on that is he does the hunting club. And the 1,500 acres cut off any access. There's roads that go into this national reserve, I don't want to call it, this national land. It's and you're allowed to hunt it. It's kind of like it's a hunting reserve, but our land cuts off any entrance to it, so nobody can get to it. So it's, a couple thousand acres. So our 1,500 acres cuts off any access to it. So it's basically our land that nobody can get to.
Yeah, that's exactly like our land here in Mass.
Yeah.
We own a piece, and it cuts off. It's landlocked. The land behind it is landlocked.
Yeah.
Nobody can get into it.
Yeah.
Because both sides of it are posted.
Yeah, so it's
it's landlocked anyways, so you can't get on it anyways.
Yeah,
because there's just one piece in the middle of it, and that's like you were saying, Jason. Your land is my land, blah blah blah. The same thing up in Maine. We'll get calls 4 a.m. "Hey, Nick, are you up?" Like, I am now. It's like, "What do you want?" It's like, "Hey, can I go over and sit in that blind?" "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Yeah.
Let me think. I'll help you drag it. I'll.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But no, we're very fortunate to have the land we do, and it seems giant, but the land down south in South Georgia, it's broken up to between 150, 200 acres apiece. So I know it like the back of my hand, and it's as small as a 1 acre backyard to me. I mean,
yeah,
ain't a place I can't be down there that I've not been before. Now Alabama's a whole different story. I'd get lost in Alabama.
Yeah, see, that's like right across the street from my house. You could blindfold me and drop me in from a helicopter in the middle of the piece of property, and I know exactly where I was. I could tell you everything that's around it.
Yeah.
Like, I could go in there blindfolded backwards, walking on my hands, upside down, and just know right where I am, right where I'm going, right where everything is. And it's a nice piece of property with a swamp right in it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, there are some monster bucks back there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait for October.
Yes, sir.
Get back into some shooting. Some deer slaying.
Mm-hmm. So, next topic. We talked about the hunting land, vid ideas. What's your favorite real gun? We'll start with Max.
I'm not really into big real guns, I guess.
Alright.
I don't even know what gun I have right now. No lie. I just got it for Christmas, and I haven't even shot it yet. I've been so busy.
Alright, so, Nick. It's gonna be a shotgun.
Actually, no. It's a Remington 270.
I got a Ruger 270. Alright, my favorite all-time gun, 1911, Colt 1911. Not Colt.
I figured it would be a handgun for you.
1911. Well, I would say a 408 Chi-Tac, but no. I got to stick with the all-American 1911.
Yeah.
I almost bought one of those the other day. Glad I did.
I was watching the gun safe video that you got up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you were just like, oh, here's another Glock. Oh, here's a Glock.
My dad's a big Glock guy.
That's another Glock. Oh, look, that's a Glock.
Yeah, huge Glock guy.
Oh, look, that's not a Glock.
And
that's a Smith & Wesson.
honestly,
There's a Glock. There's a Glock. There's a
Best
Glock. Oh, look, a
best
shotgun.
best bang for your buck is gonna be a Glock.
Yeah. I
Best
mean,
bang for your buck.
you can't break those things
No,
either.
you can't. Nope. If you
It's
ever
like, did you watch
remember FPS
FPS
Rush's
Rush's video
video,
on
yeah,
that?
yep,
He froze it, shot it out with his 1911, used
cooked
it as a
it,
hammer,
yeah,
put it
cooked
in
it.
fire, and then blew it up.
I saw a video of a guy who buried his Glock for 2 years, then shot 500 rounds through it.
What? That's crazy.
Still, that thing was going.
Oh
Hey
my
Jason,
Yeah.
my favorite gun actually is a Remington 870.
Mm-hmm.
My
god.
dad
There's my
got
boy.
one.
That's what I like. Yeah, I'm a big shotgun guy.
There are currently
Big shotgun.
26.4 million people on Skype.
26.4 million.
26.4 million.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
All right, so let's start again. Max, what's your favorite pellet gun?
That I own or that I would like to get.
Yeah, out of all the pellet guns in the world.
I would really like to try the Benjamin Marauder. See how that goes.
All right, Nick.
Um, to be honest, my favorite pellet gun would probably be my 1200.
Okay. My
Definitely.
favorite pellet gun is gonna have to be the Air Force Talon SS. Is it the best pellet gun out there? Nah. I mean, how can you stand up to a Pumpmaster 760? You can't.
Yeah, the good old pump masters. Yeah,
Everyone's owned a Pumpmaster.
everybody. And if you haven't, you're nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't.
Step your game up. Well, you own a Powerline 880. That's kind of the equivalent
Yeah,
of a Pumpmaster
basically.
Yeah,
for Daisy.
yeah. The power lines and 760.
And then you got Gamo's Grizzly, which is like it. I owned one of those.
Was it good?
No. No, nowhere near the Pumpmaster, honestly. And I
Nothing
didn't
from Gammo is good. Not even
even
their
even at
pellets.
that age, before I really knew the difference between Gamo and Crossman, just had a pellet gun, because Dad got me one. I remember it pumping like crap, shooting like crap, coming with a scope that was crap.
It was just a piece of crap.
Amen.
Yeah, yeah. I bought these. When I first got my Remington, I bought like every pellet that was in Bass Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Every different kind and 5 cans of every kind. And I just shot a can of each and just to see. And I bought this 4-pack of Gamma pellets. It was like the woodcutters, something else, flat pellets, and then
Mm-hmm.
something else.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I bought 4 packs with the 4 cans in them. And I started shooting them, and I'd get 2 on paper, and then I'd get 5 that are completely off. I ended up taking all those pellets. I dumped them all into a melting pot and made lead fishing weights out of them. They were just so bad. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just dumped all the tins into my melting pot and just made lead fishing weights out of them.
I didn't know they made a pellet just for the Benjamin Discovery. It's called the Benjamin Discovery.
Yeah.
Do they? They make just a pellet for it?
Yeah, Benjamin Discovery
Yeah.
pellet. That's what
Wow.
it's made for the Benjamin Discovery.
I guess it's kind of a way just to make more money,
It's the exact same pellet as the Hollow Point Premier.
Yeah.
Exact
Is
same.
it
I'm
really?
looking at it.
Well, actually, I was looking at them. They're actually a 10.5 grain hollow point.
Well,
So heavier.
the 22 is a 14.3. The 22 for a Hollow Point is a 14.3
Mm.
grains.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh, that's crazy. Yeah, I will never buy a Gammo again. But
Amen. So you were talking about the 25 cal, and I wanted to bring this up. 20 caliber, if you get the option. Supposedly, I've never shot a 20 caliber pellet gun or seen one, and it's the hardest to find ammunition for. But supposedly, 20 caliber pellet gun is ideal for hunting because it's giving you the stopping knockdown power of a 22, but
And accuracy of 177.
yes, and you've got the ballistics of a 177.
I'll have to look into that.
That's
Yeah, that's
supposed
like
to-
kind of like finding 16 gauge ammo.
yeah.
Which actually, I
But-
was walking through Bass Pro the other day,
You saw it? No
Okay.
crap.
and they had this specialty. I was looking through. I'm like, 10 gauge, 410, Dragon Breath, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking, and I hear these guys next to me. They're at the end of the aisle. And they're like, hey, did you get that the 16 gauge? He's like, yeah, let's go see if they have ammo. And they walked right past me to the other aisle. And they're like, oh my God, these people have a crap load of ammo for this thing. The
Yeah.
entire next aisle was all 16 gauge.
Wow.
I couldn't
Oh,
believe
shit.
it. It was like 3/4 of the aisle. It was more than 3/4 of the aisle. Was all 16 gauge. And then like the last two shelves had like 4 boxes of 10 gauge. And everybody up in Maine has 16 gauges.
Yeah.
And they're like, nobody knows where to find the ammo because
It's
it's crazy.
It's like the
But-
338 Lapua.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's the ballistics of a 408 Shytac and the weight of a 30 caliber bullet.
Yeah.
More kinetic energy than a 50 caliber.
50s. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I just couldn't believe it walking through that aisle and seeing so many boxes of 16 gauge.
that's crazy. 16 gauge it's like gold.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
You said
Yo.
you saw some 10 gauge rounds, some 10
Yeah.
gauge, shells in that aisle. My great grandpa, he started hunting, like way back. He was a main guy that started hunting. And it kept passing down from tradition, in our family. My great grandpa, he was hunting with a 10 gauge double barrel. And he was hunting in the woods, with all these pine trees. He hears a bunch of birds in this one tree. He fires both, like barrels at one time. Gets knocked flat on his butt, but he gets 18 doves out of this one tree. I mean,
18
Whoa.
doves.
18 doves, yeah. That was
The
like,
most I've ever gotten in one shot was 3.
All right.
And they were all lined up side by side by side. And I found the bullet actually in the third one.
So, Nick, you're a big shotgun guy. You've seen shotguns with rifled ammunition, right? A rifled slug.
Yep.
That's the next step in a pellet gun. A rifled pellet.
A rifled pellet.
A
There you
rifled
go.
pellet. They get this.
That's actually kind of funny. I bet
They get
with
this. Go ahead.
I have a shot the 870 that came with the rifled barrel, so you can shoot the smooth slugs,
Yeah.
or you can shoot the rifled slugs out
Can
of
you
the
really shoot the rifle slugs out of it? It doesn't hurt it.
No, out of the smooth barrel.
Oh, so you can't shoot it out of a rifled barrel?
No, it would destroy it.
See, that's what I was just about to say. They'd either have to make smooth pellet guns. I don't know if you'd want to make a smooth pellet gun and a rifled ammunition. That's just going vice versa. There's no point in it. But if they,
Right.
I was looking at this Benjamin Discovery ammunition. It's made specifically for the Benjamin Discovery, and every Benjamin Discovery has the same twist ratio going down its barrel. So they would have to make specific. Well, that's how they make it with every gun. Every 408 Shytac has the same twist ratio. So you'd have to make.
Right.
You could rifle your barrel, make all Crossman MPSS barrels same twist ratio as they already are. Then you'd have to put out an ammunition just for the MPSS with the pellet with the same twist ratio.
I mean, that would be pretty good because I bet they'd be a lot cheaper already rifled because my rifled slugs cost less than the smooth slugs.
Less lead, I guess, used. I guess so. I mean, that's the only thing.
I guess.
I don't know. Looking at this
I don't
match
know
grade
either.
ammunition, I think I'm gonna try that out.
So, but I couldn't believe that they were less. But oh crap! I just looked at my iPad. I have 2% battery left.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well,
Charge it for next time.
I had a good way to end the show, and I forgot it, but I guess this is the end.
Yeah,
I
like I
really
said, I
wish-
only got 2% battery left. So
I remember what I was gonna say. Max isn't a scrawny subscriber either because he stepped up to the plate.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. We gotta
um,
get some more people on this thing. So
yeah, we need a guest for next week. I don't know who it's gonna be, but we'll find it out. I guess this is the end of the show, guys. Subscribe, join the Bass competition, and I guess this is the end. Peace, y'all.